intro! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Gonzo here, and today, for the first time ever, I'm bringing you my face. But that's not the point of the video, so put your pants back on. Today, I'm talking about Borderlands 2 and what it needs to do, in my opinion, to be the game of the year that I want it to be. And the first, simplest kind of thing is that I want the focus of the game to be the game. Breathtaking landscapes and just beautiful scenery is cool, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, I really just want the game to be fun and work. Okami is kind of an example where the scenery and the graphics is part of the game, but I don't think Borderlands is this type of game. Graphics are nice, but I would say Morrowind is a much better game than Skyrim, almost any aspect. Skyrim wins in probably just graphics, but other than that, I'm not impressed by it. So one thing that Borderlands 1 did terrible was endgame. The end, once you reach the end of the game, and I'm talking like end as in you're level 69 and you've beaten everything. So you're just fighting level 69 things, and Cromarx is really the only thing that stands a chance against you. And then, once you beat Cromarx as many times as you want, you have nothing to do. I remember I was level 69 and then I just fought Cromarx till my SMG, shotgun, and sniper rifle were all level 50, which was really boring. And to add to that, I beat Cromarx probably 30 times and got one pearlescent weapon, which was really lame. But that was actually kind of nice because it was the one boss in Borderlands that actually exploded into loot, which basically when you fought like any other boss was just, oh, I get his special weapon, yay, it's terrible and doesn't compare to the Double Anarchy, because the Double Anarchy just shits on everything. But I don't have anything to do with it. That's why I'm probably going to put Call of Duty on this video. I just have nothing to do with the game anymore, which is terrible, but I want an end game. I'm not sure if that's too much to ask. And so now I'm going to move on to things that they should have in the game, but not overshadow the game itself. And one of the biggest things, I think, is humor, because humor's all fine and dandy, don't get me wrong, but when they go Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and just jam-pack it with kiddie humor, and it's just doesn't live up to what the predecessor was, that makes the game just fall flat on its face, which was the reason why I hated Pirates of the Caribbean 2. This is such a weird tangent, but it fits so perfectly. But honestly, I like humor, but I want it to be kind of more like Borderlands 1, where the humor was, I wouldn't say sparse, but it was unexpected at the time. Like, you just walk into a new place and there'd be a claptrap that has a saw blade for a head and he's all punk rocker, and that was really funny. Or the safety fist thing. I don't want it to just be like claptrap cracking puns all day. It's no fun. Also, I really like the dark tone that some of Borderlands 1 had, like when you find TK murdered and he's hanging from a ceiling fan and he's strung up by the leg. That was probably one of the things I remember most about that game, just because it was, you weren't expecting it and it was so dark compared to the rest of the game. I'm all for games that are light, like Lego Island, Pony Adventure Island, but I like when games have different tones and they alternate or change these throughout the game. Also, the atmosphere in Borderlands wasn't bad. It was very drab and didn't have any color whatsoever, but it fit with the place that you are. You're on a planet where everyone's a fighting bandit trying to kill the other person just to get ahead in life. I like that. And I really hope they keep it with Borderlands 2 and they add the color in and it meshes perfectly. But I feel like they're not going to be able to do that. I really want them to, because I think atmosphere is a huge part of games, just because you could be playing, let's say, Fallout 3, but you're in Lego Island, so it just looks really crappy. And I'm bringing up Lego Island a lot. That's a game from my childhood. I play it a lot. So now I'm moving on to classes. I feel like the classes need to be really different from each other, where I feel what Borderlands 1 really did was just, they kind of had an action skill and then the weapon that the class should use. And it was really just like, I can either level up the weapon, or I can either level up the skill. And it really was just kind of getting really boring. I remember playing as a Siren, which I almost always did since that was my only class. I would either go into SMG damage or phase walk. And it was really fun when you had both, because you could phase walk, and every time you kill an enemy, your 16 seconds would get reduced by 6 seconds, and basically you just light things on fire, then phase walk, and then unphase walk, and then everything dies, then you phase walk again, and unphase walk, and vicious cycle. But I thought it was really fun when everything was like diverse, or you had multiple things that you could use at your disposal. I remember the sniper was either you level up Bloodwing to do damage, or you level up to do sniper damage. It was really kind of just I think the soldier was probably the only thing that was really different, where you could either make your turret like give ammo back or health back, and it was just kind of the most diverse class, but it wasn't really good because the Siren just wrecks dicks, honestly. And I'm pretty sure they're addressing this, because it looks like they're kind of speccing into it. Like, I know Maya, the new Siren, I know one of her skills, if you like phase lock an enemy, like health orbs fall down, or if you kill the enemy that's in phase walk, everyone gets a certain amount of health back, which is cool because they're adding kind of a medic class kind of into it, but it's really different from the, say, the damage phase lock, which I think is cool, and I'm really happy because I love Sirens mostly because girl characters are the best characters in games, because I'm a pervert and like to play with girls. But also, another thing that Borderlands 2, well, that they should do, but it looks like they're doing, is enemies look really varied, which is really good, because, honestly, when you fight in Borderlands 1, it's like, oh, what's that off into the distance? Oh, it's a skag. What type of skag is it? Well, it could either be a pup, a whelp, an adult, a spitter, an elder, an alpha, and that alpha has just normal version, a shock version, a fire version, a corrosive version, and it could be a badass pup, whelp, spitter, elder, alpha, and then it got so repetitive that it was really nice to see that Borderlands 2 has these just random robots, and they're actually a lot more, I wouldn't say kind of dynamic to fight, since you can shoot off limbs and that changes how they react to you, and it's just kind of a cool thing. It will probably get stale after playing the game for 40 hours, where you'll figure out the best strategy is to shoot them in the leg and then shoot them in the head. Like Jackals in Halo, well, any Halo basically, you just shoot in between their shield gap, they pop back, and then you shoot them in the head. It's an entertaining and changes how you fight them, but I feel like ultimately you'll just find something that works, and you'll stick to it. And another thing is that they're changing is fire damage used to just wreck everything, and that's why the Siren was just amazing, since you could use Phoenix, and that gave you +5 fire damage, which I really never understood +5 meant. And then you get classes that just added like +4, and so you'd be burning things for like 1,000 health, which is just stupid, because all you do is just light everything on fire and then run around the corner just to make sure you don't die. Which looks like they're doing with resistances. I noticed a lot of things had either like shock resistance or fire resistance, which is cool, and I'm really glad they're doing that. And these are just my opinions, so don't be like, you're wrong in the comments, because then I'll be like, I'm not going to reply to you because you're mean to me, and I don't like people being mean to me. But yeah, thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, like, dislike, click things, ads. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a good day.
Enemy spy plane incoming. Enemy napalm strike inbound. Counter spy plane standing by. Your equipment is gone. Napalm strike awaiting orders. Order team standing by. We're close to victory. Don't quit now. Order coordinates received. Firing for effect. Losing B. Napalm strike coming in. Counter spy plane up. They're blind. Enemy spy plane above. Hostiles jamming our radar.